Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Today we are having our most exciting session where we will be covering three labs together, Lab 10, Lab 11, and Lab 12, because these three components are being tightly integrated and must work together as one unified system. First, we will be working on Lab 10, ReAct pattern implementation. We will be implementing our four-step reasoning cycle where our agent will reason by planning its approach, act by using appropriate tools, observe by analyzing the results, and respond by providing the final answer. This is creating a transparent thinking process that users can be understanding and trusting, and it's being the foundation for all advanced agentic AI capabilities. We will also be implementing multi-step problem solving that is enabling our agent to handle complex problems with tool coordination. Our agent will be able to recover from errors by observing results and adjusting its approach. And this iterative reasoning is handling complex problems that are going beyond single responses. Then we will be working on Lab 11, tool orchestration. We will be implementing multi-tool coordination where our agent can be using sophisticated coordination to employ multiple tools in sequence or combination. Our agent will be deciding which tools to use based on context and requirements, and it would be managing scenarios where multiple approaches are possible. We will also be implementing dependency management, that is handling tool dependencies and execution order management. Our agent will be integrating results from multiple sources into coherent responses and implementing graceful recovery when tools fail or return unexpected results. Finally, we will be working on Lab 12, LLM integration. We will be implementing OpenAI API communication, that is creating the communication layer with OpenAI's language models. This includes message formatting for OpenAI API requirements and conversation context management for multi-turn interactions. We will
Also, be implementing function calling implementation.
Function calling is enabling our LLM to request tool usage with specific parameters. We will be providing tool schemas so our LLM is knowing how to call functions and implementing response processing to determine next actions in our reasoning loop. These three labs are being the brain, coordination center, and communication system of our personal assistant, all working together. So let's be getting started with building this complete intelligent agent system. All right, so let's start coding. The first thing I'm going to write are our imports. Now I'm typing JSON import asyncio. These are our standard libraries. Then I'm adding our typing imports because I always use type hints in my code. Next, I'm importing from OpenAI, and watch this. I'm importing both OpenAI and async OpenAI. Why am I doing this? Well, because we want our agent to be as performant as possible, and async operations are going to give us much better performance when we're making those API calls.
Now, I'm importing our custom modules that we'll be building in other videos.
The memory system, the prompts, our base tool class, and our configuration. This is really important because we're building a modular system here. Each piece has its own responsibility and they all work together seamlessly. Okay, now let's create our class. I'm typing class personal assistant agent, and now I'm going to write our init method. Watch what I'm doing here. The very first line I'm writing is config, validate. This might seem like a small detail, but trust me, you want to catch configuration problems early before you start making API calls and wondering why nothing's working. Here's something really cool I'm writing next. I'm going to create a try except block. In the try block, I'm writing self client equals async OpenAI with API key from config. But if that fails for any reason, I'm gracefully falling back to the synchronous version. Watch this. In the except block, I'm setting self.client to the regular OpenAI client and setting self isync to false. This makes our agent robust and able to work in different environments. Now, Let me write the next part. This is where things get really interesting. I'm typing self memory equals conversation memory. This is absolutely crucial for the React pattern because our agent needs to remember what happened in previous steps. Without memory, every interaction would be like starting from scratch. And that's not how intelligent agents work. Next, I'm creating self.tools as an empty dictionary. This is going to be our registry of all the different tools our agent can use. Think of tools like calculator, web search, file operations, anything that extends what our AI can do beyond just text generation. Right away, I'm writing self.memory.ad.message with system and get.system.prompt. This sets the personality and behavior of our agent from the very beginning. Now I'm configuring some really important parameters. Let me type these out. Self.all equals config.openai model. Self.max.iterations equals 5. Self.temperature equals zero point 0.7, and self.max.tokens equals 1000. Let me explain why each of these matters as I write them. The maximum iterations is set to 5, and this is crucial. In the ReAct pattern, our agent might go through multiple cycles of reasoning and acting. We don't want it to get stuck in an infinite loop, so I'm capping it at 5 iterations. Temperature I'm setting to zero point 0.7, not too creative, not too rigid, just right for a personal assistant. And max tokens at 1000 gives us plenty of room for responses without going overboard. Register tool, let me type this out. Def register tool, taking self and tool as a base tool. Inside, I'm writing self.tools tool.name equals tool. This allows us to dynamically add new capabilities to our agent. This is following what we call the registry pattern. Tools can register themselves with the agent without the agent needing to know about them beforehand. I'm also writing two helper methods, get.function definitions and get available tools. Type these out. I'm setting up the foundation for OpenAI's function calling feature, which is how our LLM will be able to request tool usage with specific parameters. All right, now I'm getting to the really exciting stuff. Let me write the core message processing method. I'm typing async dev process message, and this is where the React pattern comes to life. When a user sends us a message, I'm going to add it to our conversation memory with self.memory.add.message. And then we enter this beautiful iterative cycle. Let me write this while loop. While iteration is less than self.max.iterations, inside this loop, I'm incrementing the iteration counter. Now, let me walk you through what I'm coding in each iteration. First, I'm writing messages equals self.memory.get messages and tools equals self.get function.definitions. Then comes the exciting part. I'm writing the OpenAI VI call response equals await self.client.chat.completions.create. I'm passing in on model, messages, tools, and here's the magic parameter I'm typing. Tool choice equals auto. This lets the model decide whether it needs to use tools or if it can answer directly. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and I'm coding this part carefully. I'm getting the message from the response, and then I'm writing an if statement, if message.tool calls. If the model has requested tool calls, we're in the act phase of ReAct. Watch what I'm doing here. I'm creating a tool toolset called data list. Then I'm looping through each call and building the data structure that OpenAI expects. I'm adding this assistant message to memory with the tool calls data. Then comes the really exciting part. I'm writing another loop to execute each tool call. For each tool call, I'm writing result equals await self execute tool, and then I'm adding the results back to our conversation memory. This is the observe phase. We're giving the agent the results of its actions so it can reason about what to do next. The beautiful thing is, after adding these results to memory, I'm writing continue, which sends us back to the top of the while loop. So the agent gets to reason again with all this new information. In the else block, this is when the model doesn't request any tool calls, which means it has enough information to provide a final response. I'm writing final response equals message.content, adding it to memory, and returning it. This is the respond phase of ReAct. Of course, I'm wrapping all of this in proper error handling because we want our agent to be robust. If something goes wrong, I'm returning a helpful error message instead of crashing. Finally, after the while loop, I'm writing a timeout message for when we hit our maximum iterations. This prevents infinite loops and gives the user helpful feedback. Now let me write the execute tool call method. This is really important. I'm starting with tool name equals tool dot call dot function dot name. First thing I'm checking if tool name not in cell dot tools, I'm returning a tool result with success false and a helpful error message.
In the try block, I'm writing arguments equals JSON.
Loads of the function arguments, then tool equals self dot tools tool name, and finally result equals await tool execute with our arguments unpacked. But I'm also writing comprehensive error handling, JSON decode error for malformed arguments, type error for wrong argument types, and a general exception catch-all. Each error returns a structured tool result with specific error messages that help with debugging. This makes our agent incredibly robust. Even if individual tools fail, the agent keeps working and provides useful feedback about what went wrong. Finally, let me write a couple of utility methods that are really handy for debugging and management. Creating get conversation dot stats. This returns a dictionary with total messages, available tools, memory summary in context. This is super useful for understanding what's happening inside your agent.
I'm also writing cleared conversation.
This clears the memory and adds the system prompt back. Perfect for starting fresh conversations while keeping all our tool registrations intact.
And there we have it. We've just built a complete personal assistant agent that implements the ReAct pattern from scratch.
Let me recap what we've accomplished together. We've created an agent that can reason about problems, decide which tools to use, execute those tools, observe the results, and then either continue reasoning or provide a final response. The iterative loop with memory management creates the foundation for sophisticated multi step reasoning that can handle complex real world problems. The key insights we've implemented are separation of concerns. Each component has its own job, error resilience at every level, extensibility through the tool registration system, and full observability with debug logging. This agent perfectly implements the three labs we're covering in this series: the ReAct pattern with our core processing loop, tool orchestration with our multi tool coordination system, and LLM integration with proper OpenAI API communication and function calling. We are now being completely done with Module 3, Agent Intelligence. Our personal assistant now has a fully functional brain that can be thinking, reasoning, acting, and responding intelligently. Now we will be moving to Module 4, User Interface, where we will be making our agent accessible and user friendly. We will be covering labs 13, 14, and 16 together in our main.py file, focusing on CLI interface and user experience implementation. Lab 13 will be covering CLI interface development, where we will be implementing command passing, interactive modes, and rich text formatting to make our interface beautiful and easy to use. Lab 14 will be handling error handling in UX, where we will be creating user-friendly error messages and graceful failure management, ensuring our users are having a smooth experience even when things go wrong. Lab 16 will be covering final deployment, where we will setting up production configurations and performance optimization to make our agent ready for real world use. We will also be covering Lab 15 integration testing in our test underscore code.p file, where we will be implementing end to end system validation and real world scenario testing to ensure everything is working perfectly together. This module 4 is bringing everything together into a polished, user friendly application that people can be actually using in their daily lives. So, see you in the next module where we will be building the final user interface and completing our personal assistant project.